48 minutes remaining. Arthur's heart slammed against his ribs as the man in the charcoal suit took two slow, calculated steps toward the desk. The door clicked shut behind him, sealing the Oval Office in suffocating, heavy silence. "Who are you?" Arthur's voice was low, laced with a dangerous edge. "And how did you pass Secret Service security?" The stranger didn't answer right away. He reached into his coat pocket. Arthur's hand instinctively drifted toward the silent alarm button under his desk and pulled out a sleek black leather folder instead of a weapon. "My name is Marcus," the man said, his voice flat like ice grinding against glass. "And security lets in whoever holds the keys to the kingdom, Mr. President. You know that better than anyone." Marcus set the folder on the resolute desk. The leather was cold. "Victor Drake doesn't need a lawyer," Marcus continued, leaning over the desk until Arthur could smell the sharp, metallic scent of mint and cheap cologne on him. "He needs your signature. The pen is right there in your pocket. The gold Parker fountain pen your wife gave you when you won the election." Arthur's blood turned to ice. How did they know about the pen? "You're the caller," Arthur realized, his jaw tightening. "You're the one pulling the strings." "I am merely the messenger," Marcus smiled, but the smile didn't reach his hollow, sunken eyes. "The man pulling the strings is currently sitting in cell 104 in Terre Haute, Indiana, watching the clock tick down to his execution, or his freedom." "I will never let a killer walk free," Arthur said, standing up. He towered over the desk, trying to reclaim the dominance that had carried him through 2 terms in office. "I'll call the guards right now. I'll have you arrested for extortion of the commander-in-chief." Marcus didn't flinch. He simply opened the black leather folder he had just placed on the desk. Inside was a single high-definition, glossy photograph. Arthur looked down. His breath caught in his throat. The photo wasn't from 1998. It wasn't from the rainy night in Maine. It was a photograph taken 15 minutes ago. It showed Arthur's 22-year-old daughter, Clara, walking across her college campus in Georgetown. She was wearing her red winter coat, laughing, holding a cup of coffee. And directly behind her, walking less than 3 feet away, was a man in a dark hoodie with his hand buried deep inside his jacket pocket, holding a silenced pistol pointed directly at her lower back. "You thought this was just about your career, Arthur?" Marcus whispered, his voice dropping to a terrifying purr. "You thought we were negotiating for your legacy. If Victor Drake dies at midnight, Clara doesn't make it to your farewell dinner tonight." A wave of nausea hit Arthur like a physical blow. The room spun. The walls of the Oval Office, symbols of the absolute power of the United States, felt like a gold-plated cage. He couldn't protect his country, and now he couldn't even protect his own daughter. "You're monsters," Arthur gasped, leaning heavily on the desk, his knuckles turning white. "We are businessmen, Mr. President," Marcus corrected smoothly, checking his gold wristwatch. 44 minutes. The pardon document is right there. Sign it, and the man trailing your daughter gets a phone call to walk away. Don't sign it, and you can give your farewell speech from a hospital morgue. Arthur's hands trembled violently as he reached into his breast pocket and pulled out the gold Parker fountain pen. His mind raced, searching for an exit, a loophole, anything. Uncapping the pen, he pressed the nib against the cream paper of the presidential pardon. The ink began to bleed into the paper. Just as the tip of the pen touched the signature line, the red phone on his desk rang again. Marcus frowned, his dead eyes narrowing. "Don't answer that." Arthur ignored him and snatched the receiver. "Vance! Arthur! Don't touch that paper!" It was the urgent, panic-stricken voice of his chief of staff, Sarah, speaking from the hallway outside. "We just intercepted an encrypted transmission coming from Terre Haute prison. Victor Drake isn't in his cell. The man in cell 104 is a body double. Drake escaped 6 hours ago." Arthur stared at Marcus, his eyes widening in pure horror. Marcus's cold smile returned, slowly spreading across his face. "Correction, Mr. President," Marcus whispered, pulling a suppressed firearm from his suit jacket and aiming it directly at Arthur's chest. "Victor Drake didn't escape 6 hours ago. He walked into this room 5 minutes ago."